So this should be, good for Avik. It's going to be really bad if he loses. Faz is going to have a lot of confidence taking out ZTN for the first map.
Yeah, Faz of course being Noctis on Dismembered, and Dismemberment was perhaps one of Noctis' favourites for this event, picking it or playing against many opponents and winning, so yeah, I think if Faz does win this one, then I think it's going to be a straightforward 2-0, but and then we'll obviously go to the third map, which could be the deciding game, but we'll have to see. I'm going to tell these players I'm ready if you...
Third map is DM13. We saw, Strengths pretty much pick apart Avik in that game, but Avik did come really close, so, with his LG and his aim, I would think Avik probably has the advantage on DM13. What we mentioned before, Faz really strong on 27, and, he likes to play that map, so I think, he'd probably be advantaged, so it might not be surprising if this goes to 5 maps.
Yeah, well here we are. First map is ZTN, aka Bloodrun as it's now known in Quake Live. Avik's going to start off with that red armor, and actually very healthy start Faz there with just the mega health, and after taking that grenade, wow, Avik straight and complete control. Should be able to run this map for at least the next minute, I think, Slasher.
Yeah, Faz is going to have to play the good old ZTN game of waiting, hiding, and make sureing. Well, that didn't happen, which it did. Now, all he has is a 50 and no armor, no items. Just has to run and hope Avik misses.
Now he is missing. I mean, there's nothing much else Faz can do, really. I mean, there's the first flag. It was inevitable, really. Going to convert off this spawn as well. Very unlucky given Avik's position. Of course, in Quake Live, as I've been saying all weekend, you do spawn on the opposite side of the map, usually. I guess the velocity there of Avik was just a little bit too much, as he did manage to force it. Omega in 5 seconds, Faz obviously unable to challenge. He'll be looking to pick up as many weapons as he can, whilst Avik's just sitting down there. Needs to get hold of a rocket launcher, and with only 20 HP and 225s, if he pushes up to that 50, he'll be asking for a little too much, so he's going to have to look at this lower yellow, and there you go, Avik knew exactly what to do by denying that rocket launcher. A very nice place to stand, straight off the spawn for Faz.
I mean, Faz finally has that mega time when he was peeking with that rail, and so I guess that's a little bit of consolation. I mean, he has no items, he has no chance of even getting this yellow because Mega's going to spawn at the same time. Avik's just going to wait there. He might even push it on Faz right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the best place for Faz to be there. Obviously, sitting in those... Oh, wow. Oh, gee, guys. I was about to say, best place for Faz to be, sitting by those stairs, because Avik would have expected the upper yellow after he picked up the rocket. But we are going to see another aggressive push by Avik here before this red.
I mean, Faz is going to have to be really careful. Another frag or two, and this game is already going to be over.
Yeah, but straight away we're obviously seeing a more aggressive Avik after yesterday's game. So he's managed to push to that upper yellow. He's looking for a time on this red now. He's not going to get the mega time. I don't think Avik's down there already. Maybe he has heard that, actually, given his position. Maybe not.
No, and now Faz is pretty much screwed again. He just basically has to run without taking one rail to try to get a yellow, and he already took 2 now. Has no health. This lower yellow, he doesn't even know. It just got taken. You get fragged again. Avik's going to get upper yellow and red, have enough time to come back down to mega and yellow. So Faz is going to continually have no armors, so much so that he's going to have to hit a bunch of shots in a row from having any chance.
Yeah, I mean, Avik was baiting that red for at least 35 seconds now, and the whole of a mega health even. And quite ridiculous, Faz literally could not do anything about it. There was a situation earlier where Faz could have perhaps rocket jumped off the spawn after picking up his own rocket launcher after death and taking the red, but he didn't. Still in this awkward situation. Now I want to say he needs to be sitting back and holding shards in upper yellow, but every time he's tried that so far, Avik's just come charging in regardless and putting in those rails. Eventually led to the kills. He has managed to get 75 now. He should be able to get a time on this mega as well.
Yeah, so he has time on mega. Finally did hit a shot. He's basically going to have to play really sneaky and just try to get a few shots on Avik without taking damage, because he can't trade rails, can't trade rockets. He has to do more damage without taking any.
Yeah, and just before he took that rail, I was about to say, if he picks up one more yellow and doesn't take any damage whatsoever, he would have 100, and then probably could have actually made a push on this Mega with a couple of luckily placed rockets, but
Impressive.
still seems to be the case of Avik hitting everything. And
Every rail that
Fazz.
Fazz takes is another item, or maybe even two, that he can't take, because then he has to run, get the 50 or one of the yellows, and it continues his cycle until he gets about 100, 125 armor. Until then, he can't make a move on Mega or Red.
Fazz actually sitting lower Mega at the moment, giving away his position there on the red armor, maybe expecting Avik to jump.
5-minute impressive.
But
I mean,
Fazz is kind of stuck now.
He's just
looks
stuck
like.
here. I mean, he's pretty much dead.
A couple more of them though, and he may be able to do something off the spawn, because red on Mega is coming up surely, but wow, comes out just the wrong moment. I perhaps would have stayed there for a little longer as those items are spawning, and hope for a little bit of luck, but the spawn isn't too decent. Getting that yellow in LG. Relkin, but he really needs to connect.
He really needs to not get hit. And there he did go. He didn't get hit, and he did get one hit, so, well, there you go. Now he has no armor. One rail shot's going to kill him. He's going to get pinned in here. Another frag for Avik. Well, Fazz actually loses one, down to the negatives. 4 minutes to go, 6 to -1.
On ZTN, pretty much over, Slasher, I think.
Yeah, pretty much over. I mean, this was over first few minutes. I mean, Fazz went down early 2-0 within the first minute, which is okay. But if you keep letting that happen in the next 2 minutes, it's really hard to come back. Especially with, Quake Live is different than Quake 3. Just 10 minutes, not 15 minutes. You don't have as much time to make that comeback.
Yeah, certainly. I'm actually watching Avik's movement around this map at the moment, and I'm obviously no Quake Live 1v1 duel expert player or anything, but judging by where Avik's looking, where he's moving, may actually suit Fazz to perhaps play it a bit like a newer player, and hide in an obvious position, like around the pillar where he was. He actually has managed to get on this red though, but look at that LG from Avik, and just again, even after that red, just straight away, not able to do anything. And yeah, it looks like we're going to dismemberment, where Fazz is going to have to pick up his game a little bit. Or Avik's just got to be not so beastie.
I mean, this is what Avik wanted. He wanted to be playing well in the first map. He's hitting his rails. His aim is 48% rail. He's 35% LG. So, he's already hot. And his map control is really good. And he's timing his items. So he's going to feel confident going into dismemberment. But Fazz at the same time, he knows it's over already. He's experienced enough not to let it bother him into next map.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a good game called yet, and I'm sure he does know it's over by now, so obviously Fazz wanting to play this one out. And
I mean, it's funny because in experience, Fazz has like 5 extra years over Avik in just tournament experience. So, if anything, Fazz would be the player to not let any type of loss bother him going into the next map.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched the interview that was posted on ES Reality, but Fazz said he didn't consider himself a pro gamer or anything like that, doesn't make money from it. The only reason he's still doing it is because he really enjoys playing. Whereas you've got perhaps some players, like the Swedish Toxic, who are playing for whatever reason. Fazz is just continuing to show himself at all these events.
Well, I mean, it's funny, but Fazz is a Swedish hope. There's no Toxic, there's no Fox, Sparty's eliminated, Maddox is eliminated, Samus isn't here, Prozac's not here. Fuki is gone, Strider is gone. So,
Nobody knows what
right
Curie's
now,
nationality actually is.
Finnish, even though I guess he counts himself as a Swede.
pretty much everything, I think, these days.
Yeah. So Fazz is, you know, the hope for all of Sweden, which has had an astounding legacy for Quake, you know, for a decade now.
Go Fazz. So our last 30 seconds of this game, Fazz only 30 HP, so doesn't like he's going to pick up and get off the 0. Oh, actually, a couple of nice rockets here. Air rocket, please! No.
You wanted it.
I really wanted it. But it's
Fazz is trying to give it to you. He's like, alright, I'm going to make the highlight reel even though I'm going to lose. That's usually always the goal of a player that's already lost but plays out the next 4 minutes. They just want to be on the highlight reel.
Why the hell not? So 12-0 here on this first map of the quarterfinal between Av3k and Fazz. We'll be going to dismemberment now. Obviously, we're favouring Fazz a little bit more on that map, but Av3k, judging by his performance here, especially with his aim and especially, should I say, with his railgun, hitting just almost impossible shots, dismemberment could become a bit more difficult than I anticipate for Fazz. I don't think I've seen Av3k play dismemberment this tournament either. I could be wrong, but 99% sure I haven't, so interesting to see how he does this one. As we do get it live, Fazz will get off with that rail spawn and straight through to pick up the rocket and Mega. Av3k meanwhile with that red slasher.
Yeah, so both players not really delaying either item off the spawn, so they're both going to spawn regular time, second way through. Av3k does not have rail. Fazz has every weapon, so Fazz just might try to peek here on this red.
Mega's in a few seconds. He should be. I don't know. Fazz actually could make a push in with that railgun. Look for the rail shot, which it looks like he's going to do. Actually, with the rocket, not going to quite connect with anything too significant. Meaning Av3k is looking quite healthy now with that 185 stack. Fazz does have the time though, which is going to be very important, but again we're seeing the same situation as ZTN where Av3k's just keeping Fazz constantly low and not really letting up at all, and finally going to pick up that frag with the railgun to probably charge over the red.
Fazz couldn't do a whole lot there. I mean, Av3k even pushed in to get the frag, leaving red up. That's going to give him a huge stack going into Mega. Fazz is just going to have to try to do damage at Mega or just play defensive. There's no way he can challenge.
Certainly, Fazz actually looks like he's going to try and make a little push in for the rail at Mega, but Av3k knows exactly what he's doing. You go 2-0 up, maybe even 3. Look at those rails from Av3k. What's he currently hitting at the moment? 75%, 3 out of 4. Going to pick up the third one by red armor. Did Fazz deny that?
Yeah, I was just trying to look. I'm not sure. I think so, because of how low the armor is. Av3k only has 84 armor now with yellow pickup. But he didn't do enough damage to be able to challenge for Mega. Didn't hit that rocket or rail, so Fazz is going to have a very tough time now defending red. He's going to have to run.
Yeah, I've got to say, interesting decision from Fazz on the last 2 Megas to actually go for the rocket shot rather than the railgun. I thought he'd perhaps go for the more sure option, but see not. Got Mega and red spawning at the same time. This is probably Fazz's opportunity to at least get one of them and maybe start to stack himself up. Might actually be better if he dies here. But Av3k looks like he's going to position himself a little bit better for this red armor and give them Mega perhaps away? I'm not quite sure. Well, Fazz has come over to the red, right?
Poor decision for Fazz there. He could have had Mega for free, decides to go for red, which is exactly where Av3k is. It's going to allow Av3k to get Mega, should be able to get this yellow. I would have thought Fazz would have went to Mega there.
Yeah, I mean, the only risk he would have had is perhaps taking a railgun at distance, but at least he would have denied it from Av3k and prevented that 200-200 stack. But he has negated all of that armor anyway now, and Av3k is going to actually pick up the red, so what I've just said is meaningless, but Fazz is in an alright position as Av3k isn't above that 100 HP.
Yeah, I mean, he's just able to pick up this yellow now. I still don't think he has time on Mega, no. He didn't even challenge for it, so maybe a better decision. Oh, now he's looking at it, so he definitely doesn't have time. Now he can't even defend Rega because he took those few seconds to try to get the rail shot onto that Mega. So, Faz not in a great position. I mean, Avic's probably just going to try to pin him in now, but I mean, he's doing a decent amount of job with those rockets. He has no more rockets and a rail. So Faz with a lot of damage there.
Yeah, this is definitely his opportunity. If he doesn't actually pick up this frag, I think it's going to be a little too much for him to pick up. He has managed to get this ready. He's probably going to charge over towards that Mega. Avic's waiting just above. He's about even, actually. Oh, wow. Nice prediction from Avic to jump straight over to that teleport. It was obviously going to happen sooner or later. Managed to hit that direct rocket, but Faz escaping with that, and 161 to 80.
And now Faz is the one in control. Avic's going to have to run. Smart decision not to challenge for this red. Avic would just rather go to that yellow in that 50 area in case he gets ambushed. But Faz should have enough time, and Avic actually is going to leave yellow up, so now Faz has everything. Avic's going to have to play really smart here around this Mega. Not sure if he'll even challenge. Might just decide to run away.
I was about to see, I was envisioning one of those Avic moments where he would go for the cheeky rocket jump up to Mega, but obviously, being the quarterfinal here in ESL IEM 5 European Championship Finals, he's not prepared to do that, as they do have a battle, and 7 HP Avic comes out of.
Clutch rail there from Avic. You know, another, like, quarter of a second and you're dead. I mean, Avic is able to get this 225s and a 50 now, has a little bit of armor. Maybe might just want to get a shot here onto Mega and then defend this red. And Faz is going to elect to attack Avic and maybe even give Avic that Mega. Oh, this is turning out really bad for Faz. He didn't want to trade rails. Now he has to defend Mega without taking damage. Avic sees that Faz is trying to rocket jump onto Mega, rails him, makes it 7-0 with 4.5 minutes to go. This isn't looking too good for Faz. I don't know why he didn't go for the Mega and decided to push in with only 50 armor.
Second time now, that, really. And he did exactly what I said Avic might have done before, but Avic obviously didn't, being the quarterfinals here. And Faz thought it was worth the risk, being 6 frags behind at that time with only 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Mega and Red are going to spawn same time now, so Avic's just hoping Faz goes to Mega, and it happens. That's going to allow Avic to do damage and get Red. And which is Faz can't let happen now. He has to get one item and do damage on the other one, just like Avic did, because he has to come back by 7 in 3.5 minutes. If Avic is going to continue to get yellow and do damage on one of the main items, there's no way Faz is going to have a big enough stack to make back 7 frags in 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, Faz was just looking for that red armor, has no idea what time it's spawning. Avic, of course, taking the last one. Knows exactly where Faz is. Faz trying to escape. Coming directly at him, and taking a face load. Goes up. Oh, that could have worked so nicely for Faz as he drops down to look for the rocket on Avic. Avic almost expecting it though as he hits those 2 rails. Another rocket jump over for Faz, this time going to work out for him.
Oh, 3 health for Avic, and there finally gets the rail, but Avic actually picked up the red right before he died. It's not going to leave a whole lot for Faz on the map, and he needs as large a stack of enough as possible, because each time he gets a frag, he's going to get some damage dealt to him. And it's only going to hurt his chances on getting the next frag.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Avic trying to get on this next, not this red, but the red afterwards, and then perhaps just set a position just above. Very easy defending that corner, as is the rail area.
Ooh, so beautiful move there from Faz, rocket jumping up to Mega a second before Avic was able to go on it. Got that direct rocket on his head and then was able to finish him with LG. So making a 5 frag game now. He should be able to pick up this Mega. Avic defending it with LG, and no, looks like Avic is going to steal it away. Or no! Faz with 2 great rocket shots actually pushed Avic off of the red and then aimed that railgun to right where the red was because he knew Avic was going to try to get it. Actually, a pretty decent spawn for Faz, wanting Avic to spawn right by him to get as many frags as possible. So 4 frag game. Faz is probably going to get this mega clean, so he might have a chance.
Yeah, I'm just remembering yesterday's game where Avec was trying to chase. Oh, there was I can't remember. It might have actually been Avec. I can't remember, but a player was trying to chase him on with 1 minute to go, 1 frag to make up, and just could not do it, despite having pretty much 200 stack. Where Avec is now is exactly where his opponent was standing and just could not break it. Just took a rocket through the face every time with those small and quite large doorways. So, yeah, he's definitely going to have to make up frags, and it has to be on this mega.
Nope, and I mean, Avec knew that. He did a rocket and then he did a rail. So he did pretty much enough damage there to secure him the victory. So Avic's going to take second map of Dismemberment, putting Faz down 2-0 going into DM13. It's going to be really hard for Faz here, but...
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the benefit Faz has is that even though his rail is usually quite strong, Noctis's today is obviously superb. And going into DM13, there isn't going to be that railgun that he can just get peaked with constantly. And he will be able to use that LG, which we saw hit 40% DM13 yesterday. So, still hope for Faz.
Avec with one more frag, can make this an 8-3 game. Might see one more before timer expires. And we will. So Avec will win Dismemberment. 9-3. Avec up now 2 maps. Won the first map of Zetien, now Dismemberment, and third map coming up is DM13. If Faz manages to win that, 4th and 5th maps will be 27 and then Hectic.
Yeah, for those who have tuned in, this is the ESL IEM 5 Championship Grand Final for the European edition at least. I know, I was going into it. I was going into it.
Yeah,
I did
lucky.
Forget, but then I did a smooth transition. But you rudely interrupted me, so now I look even more dumb. But yeah, if you haven't already, follow our Twitter, guys. You'll be able to keep up with everything we do. So especially these games as well. We've been doing it all weekend. But here we go. Third map, Avec against Faz. Faz has to win this and the next one to even be in with a chance of taking it to a 5th, qualifying for the semi-final. Straight away, a lot of MG damage from Avec as Faz got that rocket launcher spawn. Mega has at least built him back up. What's important for Faz now is that he delays his red a little bit and gets back up to that rocket launcher, denying Avec of it. That should only leave him with the plasma gun to work with, but wow, Faz stuck lower level now. I'd even consider rocket jumping up personally, but actually Avec with that lightning gun already would actually have been a bad idea.
Well, Faz knows Avec is there, going to try to pin him in with rockets before heading away, and I think Faz is actually just going to let Avec take this red. No, he's going to fight for Mega, so Faz not going to switch around. Avec going to take the Mega, and now Faz is going to drop down on the red. So Faz did a decent amount of damage there on that Mega, but it looks like Avec is going to be able to pick up that LG. Still no LG for Faz, so he can't really fight in this middle area.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Faz made a crucial mistake at the beginning, looking for the early frag perhaps by the plasma bounce pad. I really do believe he should have gone up and stuck by the rocket launcher waiting for Avec to come out, but United has meant that Avic's gone up to 135, 200 stack, should get the Mega for 200, 200 as well, which Faz may not even have a time on her.
Nope, well, if he did, he was late. Faz does not know the timing on red either. So Faz is probably just going to stick to being sneaky around these corners. This is actually how strengths beat Avec. So it is a good plan. He just wants to get timing on this red. So for the next item.
Yeah, I mean, I know Faz was watching a lot of games yesterday. I didn't see if he was in the server for strengths versus Avec, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's been just checking out what his opponent potentially might do. So
very nice last rocket there. Faz being sneaky, is doing a good job. Oh, Avik now being the direct opposite, just, you know, blazing through with a rocket in the face of Faz. It's gonna do a lot of damage. And Avik might just pin Faz in here. That yellow isn't up for another 10 seconds. Ooh, and Avik actually misses the final rocket to get the kill, so Faz is gonna be able to get that 50 and stay alive.
Yeah, but I mean, Faz playing it as well as he can do at the moment. Going to take a bit of damage, but staying alive, and that's going to be the most important thing. You just want to stay alive until he can get a good opportunity on that Mega. Not going to be difficult here on a Lost World for him.
Faz might be able to get on this red. He doesn't know the timing though, and he's just gonna elect to wait on top. Probably a smart move. He does not have any more rockets. Red is up. He still doesn't know the timing on it. I don't think he's actually seen it. Yeah, now he does.
Well, that's half decent for him. Has both the red and Mega Time now, and that 100 stack, so going to be able to stay alive, but he's just got to be careful Avik doesn't come charging in with those rockets and just hit everything. Or the Plasma, of course. We haven't seen the Plasma used too much, and probably Avik's strongest weapon here on Lost World. You consider.
Faz taking things slow now. Avik also doing the same. The very fast pace on this map, you know, Strengths was able to abuse it because of how many corners there are. But, you know, all these rocket ships are allowing Avik to pretty much control all the items besides one.
Faz has 135 if he can find a 25 HP, but oh wow, what a rocket. Get this 50, you could drop down a red now, Faz. Wow, he's gonna fall back, look to hold this Mega first. Pick up the frag, maybe nice LG damage here. Avik being forced all the way back. Sorry, Sasha.
That's some amazing play there by Faz. All those rockets to keep Avik pinned in, that LG to keep him away. He's regained control of the entire map.
Yeah, now see how Avik plays out of control for the first time here. First time in the almost entire game, you could say. Over 3 maps now.
It does seem like Avik has some trouble with players playing really slow on here, and just trying to be sneaky and catching you off guard while doing a lot of damage there. While Faz, not exactly the best fight. Avik won that pretty handedly. He's going to rocket jump up to red, to yellow rather, and then catches Faz trying to get that red. I think the same thing happened yesterday. You know, you go in that little slip and then you see the other person go to Mega or rocket jump to yellow, and you think you have enough time to go down to red, but then you get LG'd right into the floor.
Yeah, just so many rocket jumps coming out from Avik at the moment. Just trying to corner Faz off, pick up a second frag. Look at this Avik back up to 200. Thereabouts.
Well, Faz was in control for about 15 seconds. Now he's going to pretty much have to do the exact same thing he did in the beginning of this game and regain control, but, you know, that took 5 minutes. And now with only 4 minutes remaining, he's not going to have as much time as he did before, so he's going to have to make a move faster than he did.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely can't let it get to the last minute, because then you're asking a lot, way too much. It's got about 2 minutes to do it, I think. And after that, it's going to be too much panic from Faz to get the frag and take it to overtime. For him to do anything reasonable, too much risk.
I mean, Faz is just trying to hit those direct rockets. He's hit a few, but he's going to have to do more damage than that. He might have had time to get red. Avik is going to pin him in this corner, take a second frag to go up 2-0. Red is still up. Faz does hear him take it, but now he has no weapons. He doesn't know when this Mega Time is.
I mean, again with Avik, it's almost like I said on ZTN, no duel expert, but it's almost as if Baz just needs to big up the noob spots and hope to catch Avik out as he rocket jumps around this map. He seems to he checks all the places Faz would go, but there's some places where I've seen Faz stand here in earlier games just for a couple of seconds to try and bait his opponent. He hasn't utilised them this game.
And now the 5-0 lead here on Lost World and type of map that's such a hard map to come back on. Well, Faz doing it with 3 perfect rockets on Avik, giving him his first frag. He might be able to get this red, which he will. Mega's not spawning for another good 10 seconds. Avik is stuck in that shotgun area. So if Faz gets a frag right now, he might be able to do a really interesting comeback.
It'd be monumental if he manages to pick it up. 4 frags in, 1 minute 30 seconds. It could be a second one here at least. No, Faz has no LG.
Huge rocket. Put all that plasma. So good shots from both players. Now 5-2, a minute 30 to go. Faz still able to keep control of that red. He should be able to get this yellow as well, and he actually catches Avik down below, trying to peek with LG. It's going to make it 5-3 now, with a minute and 10 seconds to go. Avik actually delaying his spawn, gets that LG, but that yellow does not spawn for another 5 seconds. Faz may even have enough time to get Mega, and to come all the way to this yellow. See what Faz decides to do. He actually waits for red instead. Avik is playing really cautious, picks up that yellow, just hiding at that LG area. He doesn't even have LG out because he doesn't want to make that sound. Will Faz find him? Needs to find him soon.
The only place he could reasonably be now is he's going to push over there, Slasher.
Faz has to go faster, and he will spot him now. He does hit a rocket. Faz is going to rocket jump up. Avik's going to run around and pretty much keep running around this corner over and over. Avik really low. He actually waited enough time that the yellow armor spawned again. Going to give him a lot of armor. 35 seconds to go. I think Faz is going to have to attack here. He can't go for the Mega.
It's really annoying now, this map, because there are chain jumps in Quake Live, which means you can put several jumps together and get up a lot of little steps very, very quickly, and that's exactly what Avik did there by that plasma and those shards, and probably going to win him the game. Had it been old DM13, I think Faz maybe could have brought that one back. But what really impressed me was the rocket jump failed by Faz at 2 frags. It was sort of just above the red armor drop down. Avik thought he was above Faz and then charged around the corner very, very quietly. And managed to pick up a very lucky frag to an unsuspecting Avik, almost bringing it back. But Avik now advancing. And gotta say, I'm very much looking forward to this next game, which is actually tomorrow for us. But
yeah, so I mean, some good attempts there by Faz. He might have gotten that comeback if he didn't wait so long to find him at that LG area. Avik actually had enough time to pick up a second yellow, which gave him enough armor to run away. Faz might have been able to get the frag if that didn't happen. But yeah, 3-0 victory for Avik. So as we said before, I was off by a map. Avik, noticeably the stronger player. So he's going to have to be feeling good, but his next match is against Cypher, who is looking the best easily of any player in this tournament. They've teammates very long time since the beginning. They know each other's play styles very well. Going to be a very intense match tomorrow.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Of course, Kilsen up against Kula will be on ESL TV in, I believe, 17 minutes. So you've still got a while till it's officially due to start. Being a quick 3-mapper here between Avik and Faz. But I think from us, that's probably it for today. I'm just going to confirm that on the schedule. Yes.
Yeah, there are no more matches.
Yeah, so if you want to watch this next game, go over to ESL TV. Tomorrow, we'll be bringing the bronze matchup between the winner of the next game, the loser of the next 2 rounds. Just trying to think what else you might need to know yet. Sign up to our Twitter, guys. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage so far this weekend. Slasher, of course, thank you for the last 3 days of shoutcasting you've been doing for us. Very much appreciated. And also, join our IRC channel. stupid name. Slasher, any final thoughts?
No, I've had fun commentating the group stage and the and this game and the game tomorrow. So thank you, Level Up, thank you NBC, and thank you Trance for allowing me to do this. I hope everyone enjoyed my casting this weekend. I have read all of your comments and I have felt the goodness from your hearts. I did make a third post on ES Reality for those of you who didn't hear before, so go make comments on the new post. As soon as Kilson versus Cooler is over, I'll make the semifinal bets and add that into the ESR post, and then you could do that for tomorrow's games. Also, VOD links for day 1 and day 2 are now up in the ES Reality post. Also, interviews with all the players from all the respected sites, which is Rakaka, ESF5, Fragster, and one other place did an interview. But there are interviews almost all the players up after the group stage, before the bracket, so it is at the tournament, giving some more real-time information. I think that's it.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Please, if you're enjoying the coverage, donate. Obviously, it doesn't keep us running. We're pretty much self-sufficient, so anything you do donate does pretty much go to further improvement, mainly on production
quality.
Go
donate, bitches. Stop bitching at me and go donate to Level Up.
Yeah, we only rent Slasher for free. Slasher's not Level Up TV, but he's live on 3. And actually, you'll be interviewing the winner as well on Tuesday, won't you?
Oh, yeah. Good. Thanks for reminding me. We're going to have the winner of this tournament on live on 3 on Tuesday with myself, DJ Wheat, and Sir Scoots. The show moved from Sundays to Tuesdays because there's too many tournaments going on weekends, and it's impossible to actually schedule anything. So Tuesday, we will have the winner on of this tournament.
Thank you very much.